Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Monsters of the Deep. As always, I'm your host, Mr. G. Well, cartilaginous fish. What can be said about them that hasn't already been said? I'm pretty sure these are the last two ones I have to do in this series. Don't correct me if I'm wrong. So, let's just get into them. Chimeras, also known as ratfish, are the forgotten branch of the cartilaginous fish. Everyone knows what sharks are, most people are aware of rays, but only people who actively study marine biology know about chimeras. Of all the cartilaginous fish, chimeras are the ones that could most easily pass for bony fish. Chimeras are bottom feeders, staying on the ocean floor, sensing electric signals from ground-dwelling prey like crabs or worms. Now, chimeras are very old fish, having been around since either the Silurian or Devonian, depending on who you ask. And, despite all that, they're one of those guys that aren't very interesting to talk about, so let's move on to a more interesting animal. This is the sawfish, a species of ray with a very distinctive nose. At least it would be distinct if it weren't for their cousin the saw shark. Yep, there are two cartilaginous fish with a saw blade for a nose. But, like crocs and gators, there are differences. For one, sea shark spikes are all over the place size-wise, while sawfish spikes are pretty uniform. Saw sharks have whiskers, sawfish don't. Sawfish have gills on their bottom, and saw sharks have gills on their sides. Sawfish are larger, and their snouts are more U-shaped, while saw sharks are smaller and have a V-shaped snout. Okay, now that semantics are out of the way, what does this guy do? Well, it's in the name. They saw fish. Get it? Sawfish? Ha ha ha, you get it. Basically, when food swims by, they shake their head from side to side, swinging their rostrum around and slicing any unfortunate fish caught in its swing. Okay, so that didn't take as long as I thought it would, but, oh well, that's fish for you. Either they're the most interesting creature on the planet, or they can be summed up in just a paragraph. Let's look at the cards. Chimera's fine. Sawfish are fine. And you know what, I'm just going to include this guy since I don't want to give it its own video. This is a long-nosed elephant fish. It has a long nose that uses to detect electricity like a chimera. Fine. 10 out of 10. Human relations. Well, as I just said earlier, people barely even know chimeras exist, so there's that. Sawfish. Yeah, sawfish are very endangered. Especially the largest one, the common sawfish, which ironically is critically endangered. Oh, that's not funny, I apologize. The main risk for sawfish is the fact that people like to hunt them to take their snouts as a souvenir. I once saw a documentary where this guy mentioned he saw two kids sword fighting with them once, which sounds like a very bad idea considering how sharp those things are. But, oh well. And sawfish are relatively common in aquariums. You just gotta know where to find them. Well, that's all for this episode of Monsters of the Deep. Sorry for the short episode. These guys just don't have a lot to talk about. See you guys next time. Goodbye.